We were supporting researchers at different levels, but beyond support for individuals, we found out that the more we try to support individuals, the more we realize the number of people that need to be assisted, the number of people that hold the wrong paradigm as far as research is concerned, the number of people that still need to play in the deep waters as far as research is concerned. So we migrated from there to extending this gesture that you are going to benefit today to African countries, not just an individual thing anymore. We still do individual support, but we realize that making it global, if you can use that word, because we have African scholars who, disperse all over the globe, and we support them, irrespective of their locations. As we speak right now, we have scholars from UK, we have scholars from US, we have scholars from Canada, and many African countries. We have counted, our last count, we have counted about 25 countries that we have adequately covered. And also, as of this morning, we also received from Zimbabwe a very good and heartwarming news regarding the impact we are making. So, colleagues, we are here to support you. But before we go into details for today, colleagues, let me quickly introduce us to this company. I bring greetings from Researchwithme Academic Consulting, as well as Dr. Enebe Ngozi. She's unavoidably absent. She'll be joining us actively absent, also, yeah, but she's in the call, but because of where she is, she cannot actively join us right now. She's on transit. So let me introduce the company to us, then we move to our training. Researchwithme Academic Consultants is an African-focused research development and an academic consulting organization that is dedicated to helping scholars from transforming ideas into impactful research and successful academic career. Our mission is so simple, yet it's so ambitious, which is to empower researchers from conceptualization of their research to publication, by providing world-class training, mentorship, and practical academic support that meets international standards. Since its establishment, Researchwithme has trained and mentored more than 2,500 master students, PhD candidates, postdoctoral researchers, supervisors, and academics at different cadres from Africa countries, as well as from the global communities. Through our programs, we are helping to build a new generation of researchers whose work is visible, credible, and globally competitive. These are some of the expertise that we typify at Researchwithme Academic Consulting. We train on thesis and dissertation writing. We train on proposal development and research design. We train on journal article writing and publication. We train on systematic and scoping literature review. We train on research methodology. We train on quantitative and qualitative data analysis. We also train on how to adopt artificial intelligence in academic writing and how to ensure that they are ethically used. We also train on grant and fellowship application. We also train on thesis defense preparation among Viva. As a matter of fact, we are going to be concluding a phase of, a cohort on how to defend thesis this week that we are going into. It was a it's a 1 month training program. And finally, we also mentor academians from different level. And Research with Me serve as a rapidly growing community of scholars from Nigeria, South Africa, Kenya, Ghana, Uganda, Cameroon, and like I said earlier, over 25 countries counting right now in Africa, where we help researchers to publish in reputable and international journals, while we also help them avoid predatory journals and publishers. More than a consulting organization, Research with Me is a movement that is committed to strengthening African scholarship and increase the global visibility, credibility, and impact of research produced on the continent. Today's training is therefore not just another webinar for you. It forms part of our broader commitment to equip scholars with practical knowledge, internationally recognized best practices, and the confidence needed to excel throughout the academic journey. On behalf of Research with Me Academic Consulting Team, colleagues, as I said earlier, we want to look at one of the fundamental areas of research. Regardless of your level in academia, regardless of how experienced you are, you cannot do without literature. Literature is the backbone of research because given the fact that research is in 3 generations, your research cannot stand alone, cannot stand aloof of other researches that have gone ahead of you, that have been published earlier. So you will have to make reference to the previous generation. What have they done? You will have to tell us what exactly are you ready to do in the given the fact that foundations have been laid by the previous generation of research. Now here you are as the Gen Z in research. Let me just, Gen Z in quotes now, meaning you are occupying a fresh space and you want to build on what the past generations have built. Also, having contributed your own quota, you also want to leave the baton for future researchers, indicating that I have reviewed what the past generation have done. Here I am in this generation, and this is what I intend to do. This is what I have done. Here is the button. Continue from here. So, looking at this, you agree with me that your research cannot stand alone. It has to hinge on previous researches carried out by people by scholars in your field. So, in doing this, how do you go about it? How do you start? Where do you start? What do you write? How do you know what to write? How do you write it? These are the questions we are going to be answering this morning. Because up until now, I'm sure we have senior colleagues in our midst, like I said, and we have many people in our midst who are published so well. Some people are published as much as 20 articles, 40 articles, 80 articles. But if we are to ask one singular question, how many of those articles are in the place you will have wished they are? How many of them are published in curated journal, credible journal, top journals in your feed? So it is good to say, oh, I've published so many articles, I've published 10 articles, 15. But the point is, what is the quality of those journal, of those articles? And one of the things that determines the quality of an article is the literature, in terms of where you are drawing from and how you are able to write those literature in your work. Literature, people think it is only in the literature section of an article or a thesis that literature concludes its work. That is not true. Literature runs through virtually every section of an article, except findings and results, at least largely, and perhaps conclusion. So literature runs through almost every aspect of an article. So how do we come about this? How do we go around this? How do we ensure that the literature we are citing is from credible sources? How do we ensure that, okay, the literature we need to write this section of an article, this is how, I should go about extracting those literature? Okay, maybe to actually give life to what we are talking about, let me allow 2 or 3 people to tell us how they start, if they want to write an article, how do they start? Let's start from there. Assuming whether you want to write an article or you want to write the literature section of an article, if you are writing the literature section. In our last class, we made something very clear. It is possible for literature to stand alone, and in an article, there are, if that is what you choose to do, beautiful. And also, you can also compress your literature into the introduction section. That is also another style of writing. And also, we look at the markers. What are those things that will warrant whether your literature is embedded in the introduction section of your article or the background, or it stands alone? We have dealt with that. We are not going to that today again. But the question I'm putting forward now is, how do you start, an article writing? How do you conceptualize? How do you engage with literature to enable you write? That is the question. Colleagues, the mic is over to you.
Hello, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for this wonderful presentation and insightful thoughts. Despite the fact that I was not in the last class, I was able to join recently. But I would like to share, based on my perspective, how the literature review is being done. That if a researcher want to review some kind of previous studies, he would have to go to like data sources like Google Scholar, also download the related or relevant studies he think that are going to be, aligned with his research topic. After downloading that articles or journals, then that person has to review what they wrote, what are the introductions, what's the methodology, what's the findings, almost generally what the write-up is about. Then after that, he has to download so many similar articles. Then he will look at the the findings of all the papers he downloaded. Then from there, he extract a gap that, for instance, Mr. A conducted a research in 2025, and these are his findings, and these are methodology he follows in finding in finding the results, and these are his conclusions. and possibly that he may even give away for further research. So from there, you have seen what he found and how he found the results. I mean, the process he followed. Then we build from that similar process.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. A round of applause for you from the house. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you, sir.
You have done a very good job. The next person, please.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Presenter.
Good morning.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity and what you've shared with us. Let me just share my little idea. Though I was not there in the last class, this is my first time, but I want to learn from everyone here and then know a lot of things I have not yet known. What I usually do before in terms of literature, is that once I develop my topic, then from the topic I develop the M. In fact, with the M, I develop the topic. What exactly do I want to solve? That problem I want to solve. Based on it, I develop my topic, and from there, I develop the objectives, just a peripheral objective. And with that objective, I began to look for literatures related to those objectives individually, searching from credible sources like Scopus Index journals, and I cite recent journals on it. And if I can't find related literatures towards that in recent journals, I can now go further into maybe backwards to see if I can get materials related to that before I now begin to review each of those journals that I've gotten. From there, I now develop my literature. That's how I usually do. So I would like to know if I'm actually doing it right, or there's other better ways to do it. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. That is also a very good one. You've made a very valid point. The first contributor, the first person speaker said almost what you said, but the difference between the two of you is one. He talked about the database he used, which is good, but not very good. He mentioned Google Scholar. You talked about credible databases. Those are two things I want colleagues to pay attention to. You see, be it as it may, Google Scholar is good to the degree you know how to use it. I remember when I gained admission for PhD. Why this echo, please? There's echo. Something is echoing back to me. What could that be? All right. When I gained admission to, to do my PhD, my supervisor asked me, do I know how to search Google Scholar? I say yes. But little did I know that there are more things to do when searching Google Scholar. Because Google Scholar is a platform where authors themselves enlist their own materials, I mean their articles, while at the same time, the platform also crawls by itself, being a search engine. So using search engine algorithm, it cross-publish articles, particularly from open access journals, from wherever available, that it is lawfully allowed to crawl articles. It does that very well. Now that means, and there is no, let's take note of this. There is no review process. There is no screening. There's no screening for articles that are being enlisted on Google Scholar. No screening of whatsoever. Screening in the sense that there's no screening for quality assurance. That indicates that you can have the good, the bad, and the ugly. So what now happens to you if what you rely on alone is Google Scholar? What will happen to you and your research is you are going to fall prey of below average, poor, and just name it, articles being cited in your work. And when it comes to publication, as far as the global best practice is concerned, is that the sources from which you are drawing literature must be credible. If the source from which you are drawing is not credible, we cannot trust your judgment. We cannot trust your claim. Credible journals will make effort to find out if the sources from which you are drawing your literature is credible or not. Otherwise, that might be the basis of rejection. Because when they find out that around 50, in fact, recently, I wanted to say 50%, not 50%. Even if 20%, even if 10% of your citations are from predatory journal, it can be a basis of rejection. Recently, I was concluding a paper that was last night, not even recently thing. Last night, I was concluding a paper. It's going to be a book chapter. I was supposed to submit. So I was supposed to submit yesterday. So while working on that manuscript, I found out that when I was trying to do the what's it called? The reference audit, I found out that just one of the references, the journal in which it was published had once been flagged as a predatory journal. So I have to remove it and replace it with another one. I'm talking about last night. So, of course, I submitted this morning. So what am I trying to say, colleague, is this. The source from which you are drawing literature matters a lot. If you are a postgraduate student, you may still, your university may gloss over that. Unfortunately, if you are not of this mindset right from now, you can drift using the same strategy of just citing anything available on Google Scholar. But it is when you begin to have first rejection, second rejection, third rejection, fifth rejection, because you are doing the same thing and you are not informed and you don't know. As a matter of fact, one thing I want you to also understand at this point is this. What is it called? The reviewers may not indicate in their review that you are citing predatory journal, but the editor can pick it. And we said in one of the previous classes, the editor is the overall arbiter, is the final arbiter as to whether an article can be published or should not be published. Even if you have 3 reviewers and the 3 of them says this article should be published, the editor holds the final decision. So if the editor, because those editors also, they are guiding against anything that will tarnish the image of their journal. So if for any reason the reviewers could not pick that, because they believe that might not be any of their headache. What they want to see is the technicality of your work, and they want to see the coherence. They want to see how it holds sway within this discipline. That's what they want to know. The novelty, the methodology, coherence. Does it make sense? That's what they want to see. So if perchance they skip how credible the sources you are drawing from are, if the editor picks it, he may not allow the article to be published. Why? What they believe is that anybody writing articles from non-credible sources is corrupting knowledge. It's a corruption of knowledge and what we know. And you remember some of these predatory journals, which are fake journals, you submit article to them today, they'll publish it tomorrow. They don't do any thorough review. Whereas there are some credible journals that can take you as much as 6 months, 7 months, 9 months, 8 months, a year sometimes before the review process is concluded. So imagine a situation where we submit an article to a journal today and it's published tomorrow because they want to collect $100 from you, $200 from you, $300 from you. And now, having published the article, you put it in Google Scholar. The next day, Mr. B gets there, searching for something similar to your article. He gets your article and cites it. And that is how it continues on and on and on and on. So for you to stand out as somebody who wants to compete in deep waters, in credible journals, you should not for any reason, perchance, handle your literature review, your engagement with literature with levity. You must do it with all seriousness. In our last class, we indicated that all participants in that class should go to a particular link and download an extension that you can add to your browser. Given the fact that many African scholars only use Google Scholar as their major source of information while writing. Now, that extension will enable you to distinguish between credible journals, article or journal, if it's going to it's going to indicate whether an article is credible or is not credible, or from credible source or not from credible source. So let me see if I can quickly do something so that you can see what I'm talking about. So Scholar, of course, those that actually subscribe for it, those that put in their details for that plugin, for that extension, there were about 31 or 32 whom we actually sent it to. So let me share my screen so that you can see what I'm talking about. This is more or less part of the practical. So let me allow the mic so that you can confirm to me if you can see my screen. Colleagues, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Very well. Yes, we can.
We can see your screen.
Yes, sir.
We can talk, we can see.
All right, thank you. So, thank you. When you install that plugin, that extension on your browser, and the only database you want to use or you seem to have access to, because most of these databases we are talking about, they are paid databases. When I say paid, they are databases or they are journals. Let me just say journal. They are journals that you will have to pay for you to access those materials. So a situation whereby you don't have money to pay and your institution is not subscribing, what do? You resort to the low-hanging fruit, which is Google Scholar. And like I said earlier, Google Scholar is, it comprises of all forms of materials. So then what do? When you install that plugin, the extension we talk about, the next thing is for you to search. When you search, then you will have markers. You have differentiators, things that will differentiate credible journal or credible articles or journals from the ones that are not credible. And we are going to use Google Scholar, just for the sake of this class today. In our 8-week training, we have other means where you can even get as much as you want. Journals that are credible, top journal, Q1 and all that, you can have access to them as many as you want in your feed. And you can access them free of charge and download article there free of charge. And even when we go by extension to let you see those articles where you can also publish free of charge. So can somebody give us a topic, just one topic of a title? Can you drop it in the box? Can somebody drop a title of an article in the box, in the chat box? Somebody can do that. Let somebody do that very fast.
Okay, I'm seeing impact of foreign aid on economic growth in Nigeria.
I am not seeing anything in the box. Where is it in the box? How come we are having two stuff? Okay, I think I saw something here. Just 1 minute. This is not copyable. Please, can we use the normal, what is it called? Can we use the normal chat sessions? Okay.
Saying that chat isn't available right now.
Chat is not available, sir.
It's going to be available now. Yeah, it's going to be available now. I'm trying to actually.
It's available. The mark is available.
All right. So I have copied something. So let's work with that. I just want to use it as an example. I've copied just one. All right. Now, when you look at this, what you have on the screen, the topic is inclusive self-efficacy as enabler of learner-centered inclusive pedagogy, configurational evidence from universal primary education in Uganda. All right. We're not going to deal with topics appropriateness today. We just want to learn, because if we are to look at the topic itself, the title itself is something that needs to be reworked, but we're not looking at that. We just want to work with the idea so that we will know we're focusing on what we have to do. If you want to search for literature, what you do, we're going to get to this place. No, let me not just, go ahead of myself. So what I'm trying to say is this: the moment I click on search, it is expected, Google Scholar is expected to give us some results. Now, here are the results you have. You have 83 results. Okay? Remember that you are expected to make use of credible articles from credible journals, which is what we have laid the background for more than 30 minutes this morning. And I hope this is I hope that's sync and everybody have that idea now, that you don't cite every available thing, everything that is available from Google Scholar. Cite those that are credible. And by way of extension, those who are more advanced, those who are more experienced in our midst, by now you know credible publishers in your feed and you know credible journals, at least to a very good extent. On the right-hand side, where you have, PDF, aka aku.edu, SSER.ro. Those are the places where names of journals and publishers are listed. So those who are experienced among us, we know when they see credible names. Can somebody tell us some of the credible names of publisher or journals on this screen? Anybody? Let me allow the mic. I just want us to make the class a bit interactive so that we will understand what I'm talking about, and I'll be sure you understand what I'm saying. From the right-hand side of this page, please, can somebody name credible sources?
JSTOR.
JSTOR is one of them.
Okay, another one.
You have moved the mic. You have shifted the article.
It's on. The
We
mic,
have Taylor and
page is still
Francis.
on. Taylor and Francis. JSTOR and Taylor and Francis. All right,
Yes.
thank you. So now you can see that those who are experienced among us can easily identify sources that seem or that are credible. Okay, that is one. Now, number two is that particular plugin or extension I told you will enable you to know which journal is credible, and you are going to have those entries, those results. You will see things like Q1, Q3. Can you see that? Q1, Q3. All right. Q1 again. These are, and where you have Q1, Q3, you will see that there are places where you have JSTOR, where you have Tanfon, that's Taylor and Francis, you have JSTOR again. Every other one, they are not, I'm not saying that they're not credible. Please, let's get it very right. But for you to be on safer side, there are some of this one that you have NA, not applicable. It simply means the plugin cannot pick them whether they are credible or not certain, not so sure about them. And particularly when it comes to curated journals, they couldn't pick them. So, and when you have such cases, my advice is always to go for the ones you understand. If you don't know whether a journal is credible or not credible, then go for the one that you are certain are credible. So then you can go to the next page also and still search and see if we have, now, yeah, it's still loading. We are still going to see whether we have more or not. So that is that about that. The name of this one is excitation, but the one we sent to you, that one is the name is different, but they function the same way. So now you can see on this page, we seem not to have anything that is being identified as credible. And for this excitation, you see top tier journals only. You can say, okay, top tier journals. You click on it, it's going to identify top tier journal only. If you want just journals only without books, without reports, without anything, you can do that. You can also use it to hide predatory journal. And you can also hide journals that are not ranked at all. So what does it help you to do? It helps you to pick journals that are credible right away the moment you are searching. So that is that about this. Now, let's continue.
Hello, Doc.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I want to find out, how do we now use this application to hide journals that are not, which are not rated, so that the rated one will just come out at once instead of see them massively?
Okay. It is possible to do that. It's quite possible. Let me quickly exemplify that. Just 1 minute. I'm trying to share my screen now. So on the left side, you will see you see them here. You see those tools here. So if what you want to do is top tier only, click on this. You can see it only display this journal alone on page 1, on page 2. Let's go to page 1. You see, it only displays top journals alone. Then if you want only journals, just journals alone, it's only journal that will display on this page, not whether top or not. If you to hide predatory journal, it's going to hide journals that are predatory. If you want to click on, if what you want display is on ranked journal, hide on ranked journals. So it will hide those journals that are not ranked. If we want to hide predatory, click on this. It's going to hide predatory journal. and show journals that are credible. Yes, journals that are credible.
Your screen is not visible.
My screen, you mean?
We can see it now. We can see it now.
Oh, right. Can you see it now?
Just a delay.
Yes, Doc, we can see.
Yes.
So you can see.
Hello, sir.
That, yes, please.
Please, can you resend the link, the plugin link for us, those of us who have just joined today?
Yeah.
That will be later, please. We'll do that later.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, top tier journals, click on it. It's going to display them. Journals only, it will display them. Hide predatory journal, it will do that. Hide on right journal, it will do that. So, colleagues, that is that about it. So, basically, what we have just done is the foundation of credible manuscripts, meaning because the moment you start writing the introduction, you will need literature. So don't wait until you are neck deep into the writing before you start looking for credible literature. No. And of course, in Research with Me Academic Consulting, we have a tool. I will not be able to demonstrate that tool now on our platform. That tool, maybe I will do it later. That tool, what it can help you do is, if you had already written your manuscripts or you had already written your thesis, and now the challenge you are confronted with is how to get credible and more recent articles or sources. That tool will readily do that for you, even if you have completed your thesis. Readily, it's just a matter of 2 clicks. You can select as many recent, many credible journals to be added to the work you have already completed. So it's one of the tools we have in Research with Me Academic Consulting. Very powerful tool. We are going to be launching it very, very soon, so that those who are in that category, they can make use of it.
With your mic, please.
So that is that about that. Let's go into the slide proper. So, literature review. We're going to be attempting this across disciplines. We're going to be looking at different databases that are applicable or usable in your field, because every field has its own relevant database. Of course, you will complement with other. And of course, the mainstream of academia have database that connects them. That's whatever discipline you find yourself, you can always get materials, in those databases. Whereas there are some repository, there are some databases that are discipline oriented. So we are going to be looking at them, and we're also going to be looking at how you can search. We're also going to be looking at how exactly should I how do I bring about, how do I extract literature from what the literature have downloaded? Because you see, one of the challenges you can have, or a scholar can have, particularly early career researcher, is overload of research, overload of information overload, where in an attempt to start writing your thesis or a paper, the first thing you do is to start reading and reading and reading. And the process of reading, you are downloading, you are reading, you are downloading, you are reading, you are downloading, you are reading, you are downloading. In the process, you get to a point you get confused such that the information you have, you can't manage them anymore. So how do you overcome that challenge? By making sure that from the very onset, you already have things mapped out. You are not confused. You know what you are searching, and you know what you are searching it for, and you know where it's going to be useful. That is a very good way of approaching literature review for any section of your article or thesis. So, colleagues, your research and the gap that you are filling, they are as strong as the entire research itself. We have said this for close to 1 hour now. What credible journals want to see is that you are using relevant literature. You are citing people that matter. The who is who in that field. You are citing recent literature. You are citing sound literature, not just anything that is available. And colleagues, I said this in the previous class. Every field have who is who. And this who is who are few, and they are known globally. Next to them are another set of researchers who are also publishing incredible platforms. So the who and who, everybody knows them. And if you don't in your field, find out who are the leading authors in my field, who are the leading scholars. You can count them. Sometimes we have scholars that are renowned in a field, sometimes some in a particular area of study in that field. That's how it works. And we know down the pyramid, we now also have authors that publish incredible quarters, even though they are not among the who and who. And who is who in that field. So long they are publishing incredible quarters like Q1, Q2, then you can begin to reckon with them, because what they have written has been rated by virtue of where they publish. So what they said can be counted as credible and verifiable. Let me find out if what I'm saying makes sense, or anybody have questions in that regard. So that, colleagues, did you get that? Colleagues, did you get that?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Sir, come again. If I repeat again, sir.
Yes, Doc.
God bless, sir. Yes, we got it. We're getting it, sir.
In every
Sir,
field,
sir, can you recap how you can identify credible journals?
We may not be able to go into that, please. Let me just, I'm just going to say from what I have said.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello, sir. I believe I'm academic staff of Katsina State Institute of Technology and Management. I'm a lecturer there. So I believe this is a very insightful and positively in fact presentation. And what I learned is that the major issue we are having here, I'm having, and I learned that almost most of the audience are having similar issues, is that how can we incorporate this an additional tool on our browsers to make us filter the top journals. Yes, that's I think
we come to that. We come to that, please. Thank you.
Now, sorry, sir. Maybe you allow the lecture, the question after the presentation.
No, please. Hello.
Allow us to talk after the presentation.
Please,
just want to know, can we have a video of this after this class?
We are not giving free video, or we decide on that later. We'll let you know. We'll decide on that later. We'll let you know about that. Now, the point
hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Please kindly mute everyone.
And then we should note our question.
Please note your questions. The point I am making, and I'm still trying to retrace so that colleagues can know and get to know, is that in every feed, the number of top or leading authors who we can say they are in the Hall of Fame, they are countable on our fingertips. You can do your homework in your feed. They're countable. Now, when you bring that down, there are people who are not in that Hall of Fame, who are not in that category of those that can be counted on their fingertips. Those people are people that publish in credible quarters, credible journals. Their work can be seen around the world. Their work can be cited, can be seen in credible places. So before you say Jack, their name resonates. Before you type anything in that area of theirs and yours on the internet, their name come off first. Those people are there. They are the people that you should be citing. Then, does that mean you cannot cite a colleague in your department? Oh, you can, provided that the article published by that colleague is in credible quarter, published in credible journal, Q1, Q2, Q3, and whatever ranking is being used in other databases. Like Web of Science doesn't use Q-rated stuff, though article published in Web of Science are also rated in Scopus as well. Many times you have articles, rated, found articles in same article in the two databases or more databases. Now, what I'm trying to say in essence is ensure that you go for credible articles. I said something last time and I'm going to repeat it again. The major reason why many people are having rejection upon rejection can be traceable to the quality of their citations. Unfortunately, many people in African setting, many scholars, postgraduate students in African setting, which is what we evolve with until we start our career early, at the early stage, and we begin to have rejection over rejection. We cited and cited and cited our, in fact, we cited our supervisor to the extent that we cited almost everything he has published, whether relevant to our thesis or not relevant to our thesis. We just keep citing them just to please them. If possible, we can even cite the name of their wives who are not even in academics, or their children, just to make him feel at ease with us. Now, let me make it clear. You are only permitted to cite, or it is only advisable that you cite your supervisor to the degree his work is related to your field or to what you are studying part-time. And make sure you cite his work. Let me know, I don't want to create issue here. It is believed that your supervisor is credible and he must have published in the area where he's supervising you. So it is honorable and ideal, ethical, and scholarly to cite him. Please do that. But the moment you are done with that study, limit your citation to some extent to the credible articles he has published. And you can now use global or global scholars or scholars that are published in credible journals in your field to support whatever you are writing. So that should be taken, and we should take note of that. That is not a license in any way to disrespect your supervisor. Those who are postgraduate students here, not in any way. I'm saying it again. Don't disrespect your supervisor for any reason. Don't do that. And don't stick this in his face. Don't say, Dr. Sasere said, we should not cite your work that is not credible. I did not say that. I'm only advising on how to do the right thing. Please don't quote me. I'm trying to make that very, very clear. Don't quote me as to say I said you should not cite your supervisor. I did not say that. I've made my point clear. Thank you. So now, these are the learning outcomes, colleagues. Our learning outcome is they focus on the ability, that is, when we are done with this training, we expect that you should be able to retrieve articles deliberately from credible databases. You should be able to compare what you have extracted systematically, and you should be able to put forward a gap in whatever it is that you have extracted. And beyond that, we also would like to, if time permits, we are going to make you see how extraction from databases translates to the real writing. And we're going to differentiate between catalog of authors and how to synthesize literature in, using, the word-based practices approach. All right. Colleagues, if you want to approach literature review, or if you want to engage with literature, the ideal thing to do, particularly if you want to establish a gap, particularly if you want to write in a synthetic way without necessarily listing authors, this should be the approach that you should go through. One, having established your research problem and the objectives and the goals, the next thing to do is to establish the scope within which you want to search. The scope. You must define the research question, the purpose, and of course the boundary. Particularly for now, the question, the objective, the hypothesis. Okay? You must define those and make them clear. So define that question, because why do you have to define the question? You have to define the question because the literature you want to search must, in one way or the other, not even in one way or the other, must speak to that research question, must address that hypothesis, must address that aim and objective. It must resonate with it. So that is very, very necessary. Then when you are done with that, the next thing to do is to ensure that you combine databases that will serve that purpose. What I mean by concerned databases while searching is that use more than one database. We're going to look at databases that are relevant to each field as we continue in this training today, so that you will know which database is good for me and which one can I add to it as complement. Very, very necessary. So identify databases that you want to use, the search terms that you want to use also, make sure that you identify that. Then screen. Make sure that you screen those that are not relevant. Know how to, because you have established a boundary will let you know whether this is relevant or this is not relevant. For example, if your study has to do with fintech, or emerging fintech, or startup fintech. For example, if your work has to do with emerging fintech, you don't go to those old generation. You don't use generation banks as one of the you don't include literature about old generation bank in your literature. If your focus is on leaders, then you know that the literature you are searching for has to do with leadership. Then you don't go for literature that doesn't have anything to do with leadership. You exclude them. If your study has to do with higher institution, higher education, you don't include primary education or elementary education. That is where screening comes in. So know the boundary. The boundary will enable you to know what to include and what to screen out. What about extract? You will have to, in a way, extract the information that are necessary into a gap matrix, a literature matrix, which is a tabular entity where you will enter key information as far as what you are studying is concerned. Then we have to make comparison now. Comparison in the sense that in each of those studies that you have downloaded, that you have extracted this information, what are the things, what are the patterns that stick out? What are the differentiating factors? Are there tensions? Are there areas that are silent, that are that have not been addressed? What are their limitations? You will have to look at it that way. And this compare, you can have, you know, 1 or 2 columns that separates pattern from limit or limitation of the study. It is allowed. Just make sure that you do it in a way that at the end of the day, the whole thing come out to you. I mean, it forms a pattern. You can see a pattern. And finally, you will be able to see that there is a gap or a shortfall in a place. Colleagues, please, I just want to plead with you. Kindly give me 2 minutes. I need to attend to something very important. I sent some people. Hello, colleagues. I'm very, very sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's so coincidental that this is happening. I'm very sorry. They are giving, like I said, I sent some people on an errand, and they are at a very far distance. My contribution is very necessary for final decision. I'm so sorry about that. Now, colleagues, when you have gone through all of this, when you have taken note of all of this, it becomes easy for you to write your literature review. And in the process of writing literature review, there are 3 steps, 3 things that make literature searching from mere browsing. And number 1 is traceability. Can another person, because colleagues, I must make something very clear to us, very, very clear to us. If you want to publish in credible journal, please do the job. Why? It won't make any sense for you to have done everything possible to put up a manuscript, and in the process of you doing it, you did not observe the right practice. You are not consistent with the right practice. When we say traceability, for example, if you are writing a systematic review or you are writing any review paper, there are different types of review papers. One of the things that the authors, the editors, not editors now, of course, editors and reviewers want to see is the literature you claim that you included in this study. Can we trace it? And most times they do that. For example, in your methodology, you will have stated that these are the keywords that you use to search, or these are the strings that you use to search. If in the process you fail to document it adequately, those reviewers might go and use the same keyword you claim you use to search and find out if truly what you are saying is true. Even if you are not writing reviewed articles, it is also good for you, because one of the hallmark of research is replicability. That is, can it be replicable? Can another person pick your methodology and replicate it? So when you are searching literature, even for you, it's a means of accountability to yourself. It's helps you to trace what you have done and what you have not done, and the areas you have covered. For example, if you are intentional while you are searching and you use you use database A you can record it that, okay, I've searched with database A, and these are the outputs. Dr. Nebe is in the call. She can bear me witness. We still did that 3 days ago. That we have to work on a paper. We are writing for a Q1 paper right now. And in the process of us looking for literature, we came up with the search string. We searched and we started, I asked her, okay, these are the database we have searched. These are the number of string we have for this database. Document this. Now search this. These are the number of outputs. Download it. We are taking note of those things one after the other. 3 days ago, we're still doing that. So what am I trying to say in essence, colleague? Try as much as possible to ensure that when you are searching, any other person can follow that trail and do what you have done using the exact string or keyword. All right, it makes screening very visible. Then another thing that differentiates searching from browsing is that you have to be purposeful about it. Meaning that you don't just search randomly. You can see that the search I did earlier today, I just put the topic in the search bar and I searched, and some articles came up. As good as those articles might look like, they do not resonate directly with the research question that I may want to discuss in that literature review session. So ensure that you are intentional. If your search is to address, if what you want to write, you want it to address a research, you want it to be a review or a literature review session that talks to research question, make sure that you are purposeful. And the keyword you are going to combine, they speak to that, they do that work. So make sure that either the keyword, the concept that we are going to use match the phenomenon. That is what you want to look at. It could be variable. The phenomenon here now can be variable, it can be keyword, it can be constructs that appear in your research question. The way you combine them, be intentional about them so that they will give you the result that you need. Now, for example, what we did this morning, if I am to look at it in details, let me just cite an example of what I'm saying so that it should not be as if we are just saying what we are saying does not resonate, as it were. Let me see if I can quickly do that in 1 minute. Where are you? Okay. Colleagues, confirm if you can see my screen.
Yeah, we are rightly seeing your screen, sir.
Yes, yes,
We can be seen.
All right.
Yes.
You can see.
All right. Now, when you look at this topic, I said the topic itself needs some surgery. Well, let's leave it at that. What I want to bring out is the topic is inclusive self-efficacy as enabler of learner-centered inclusive pedagogy. Now, you can see, if not anything, inclusive has appeared twice. It can be written, it can be better written. Now, the keywords, okay, if a question can be raised, let's raise the overarching research question for this topic. Inclusive self-efficacy as enabler of learner-centered inclusive pedagogy. It should be self-efficacy as enabler of learner-centered inclusive pedagogy. That is much more, is okay. Let's leave the other part for now. Self-efficacy. So now, if I want to raise an overarching research question here, my overarching research question could be something like, how does self-efficacy influence learner-centered inclusive pedagogy? How does self-efficacy impact or determine or influence learner-centered inclusive pedagogy. That would be my overarching research question. Of course, I will have to now add the context, which is, what is the context? In universal primary education in Uganda, that would be the addendum, which makes it complete as a research question. So when I do that, the next thing is, if I'm going to the literature to go and search now, I'm going to any database to go and search, I will search for self-efficacy as a keyword. I will search for learner center as a keyword. I will search for learner center. You may not get learner center inclusive pedagogy at once. So I'll break it into two, learner centered and inclusive pedagogy. I will remove this. Then I will add universal primary education. Then I will add Uganda. Colleagues, are we following?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Please, can you do it again? I wanted you to do it again, please.
I have removed. All I do is I'm removing. Sorry, I'm retaining the keyword in this title, in this topic. That's what I'm doing. Retaining the keywords. I've removed all adjuncts. I mean all addendum. I've removed them so that the database will go directly. The database can.
Mute your mic now.
Hello, sir.
You see, it is because the training is free. I don't blame them. It's because the training is free. It's actually is a confirmation of the fact that if things are free, people don't take it serious. That's what it means. Now, what I'm trying to say is the first thing we searched earlier on was the entire topic as it were. But by the time you want to be focused, you need to search based on research questions or research aim. And I have already I've come up with a research aim for this study. I said, what are the impacts of what are the impact of self-efficacy on learner-centered pedagogy in universal primary education in Uganda? That is the overarching research question, which is the main research question. So now I have stripped the title of some articles just for me to retain the keywords. Now I search. Initially, we have about 8,000. Let me just go back to it. We have 83 results. This is it. But now I search. That is why you will see sometimes many students will say, particularly postgraduate students, I have searched scholars. I've not seen anything reasonable. I've been searching. I couldn't find anything. And they go to tell their supervisor that, supervisor, I have searched and searched. There are no literature on my topic. I'm lost. Let me find out if anybody have heard this, or any supervisor have heard this from students before, or you have made such complaint before. The mic is unmuted. Is that correct?
You're very correct.
Very well.
Very correct,
Yes,
sir.
you're correct.
Very correct.
Very correct,
You're
sir.
correct, sir.
Very correct.
Okay, thank you. So now we are going to use the strategy we used earlier by stripping the title, the topic of some articles and unnecessary keywords, so that we are going to be focusing on keywords that give us the result that we need. Currently now we have 83 results when we pasted the entire title. Now we have refined the title, we are removing the unnecessary adjuncts, and now we are going to go to use this combination of keywords. As you can see, now we have 18,400 studies. And of all these, not all these 18,400 studies will be relevant, that is certain. We can as well still go further to zoom in and get laser targeted form or number of articles that are related to this study. So what do we do next?
Excuse me, Professor. I'm sorry to disturb.
Please hold on. Let me land, please. Hold on, please, so that I don't lose my thoughts. Before I pick this call, kindly let me land in this area. And I want everybody now to maybe this will serve as an activity. Plus, just give me like 3 minutes more again. I need to conclude with this call. But before I do that, please, let's do an activity so that we'll get you engaged also. The topic you are working on right now, the article you are working on, the thesis you are working on, just go and type it in the Google Scholar. You with the keyword, retain the keywords alone and put plus sign in the middle of those keywords, search, and let's see if you are what you are going to see. And secondly, before I excuse myself for 1 minute or two, one thing you have to do is go to custom range. Can you see custom range around here, colleagues? Custom range. Okay?
No, Professor. Just show us.
This is it. I'm just highlighting it. Can you see it on the left side?
Okay.
Yes.
Click on custom range, then type in 2022 to 2026. Type in that and search. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Now you can see that has reduced to 17,100 from 80-something thousand. So it means we are coming close to recent articles that are necessary, which are what we should cite. Okay.
Professor, from 83 to 1,400, there I got lost. I don't know how you extracted those ones.
Oh my God.
How you extracted it?
Can somebody explain this?
Okay. Hi. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, the way he came to that, we go to our left side and then we see where it's written custom range. And then from where it's written custom range, usually you are told maybe at school that we want journals or which range, which are not more than 5 years or which are not more than 10 years. So when you go to custom range, that's when you put the time period, the years that you would want your information. Since usually we would want to have latest information. So you'd put the range, which is not more than 10 years or 5 years. And then it would streamline your journals to the period of maybe 5 years to 10 years, and they would reduce maybe say to current information. I don't know if I'm clear.
No, Professor, what I meant was from the 83, the original 83 articles extracted to 1,400 something. How you extracted them? Because for me, I'm still having 83.
Let me tell you what he has done. The first thing is to you see, before we search using our topic, the complete title of your topic. So now you will remove the keyword out of that topic. You add plus sign in each and every one of them. Then you go to the custom range. You start from the year, that is 2022 to date. It will now screen out the papers related to that key weight that you inputted. Then it will remove the it will retrieve the information for you.
Thank you so much, colleague. Thank you for that. I hope the person that asked that question now understand what we did. All right. Now, yeah, colleagues, the next thing is if you have the plugin, which you still don't have now, Having reduced it to that number of years from 83,000 something thousand to 17,000, now we want to go for journals on top journals. Let's start with journals only, top journals. And we also go for top journals only. This is on page 1 now alone. So on page 1, we only have this as Q1 journal. If you go to page 2, let's see what we have. You know, at the bottom, you will always have page 1, page 2, and all that. So on page 2, this is what we have. We have 1. On page 3, we have, let's see what we have. It's still loading. Journals alone. Let me hide predatory journal and let me hide unranked journals at the same time. Let's see what we have. Let me search. Okay. This is few. Let's say journals alone. Let me search journals only and the top journals. So on each page, we are going to have journals that are credible. It depends on the number of journals that are available on each page. So with that, we can extract journals that are credible. But because you don't have this yet, these two yet, I will say don't do this for now. But in your feed, just, I mean, in the article you are working on, I told us, bring your articles, bring your manuscript, bring your thesis, bring what you are working on, your topic. Please go to Google Scholar right now, go ahead and type it and do exactly what we have done in the next 2-3 minutes, then I'll be back. Is that this is what I was trying to explain, that you need to search for credible articles and ensure that you do that religiously. That's one of the things that will determine whether your article will be published in credible journal or not. One of the things, and it's equally major. All right. Let's proceed to the next thing. So please, you can practice. And another thing you can do is, just as I have done this for the overall, the main objective of the study, colleagues, you should also go ahead and do the same for your sub-questions, sub-aims, or hypotheses, as the case may be. So what does that translate to? What that translates to is, it makes your research, it makes your literature review to speak to your research questions. And by the time you get to discussion session, you already have literature to back up what you are writing, either for or against, whichever way. All right. So let's begin the search itself. We have started also, but let us see how you can do more of it. If there is anything you want to do, is that you want to search in a way that retrieves conversation, not retrieving keywords that combine things ordinarily. Okay. Why are we saying this? We are saying this because your article is a conversation. Is that you are trying to articulate something. Article. You are articulating something. Is a conversation. And being a conversation, you need evidence that helps you to sustain that conversation and substantiate it. So you are not just looking for random keywords. You are looking for specifics. All right. So it is important, as I've just said, to know why you are searching. Is it for conversation, or is it for the sake of searching to know? So what do you do? One, searching can be for the purpose of discovery, and it can be for the purpose of review. So make sure that you choose the purpose of that search before you start searching. Make sure you do that. So if you want to, if it's for the purpose of discovery, settle for it. It is just for learning and for you to get to know whatever in your feed and all that. Maybe you want to read about theories, you want to read about certain studies and all that. Go for discovery search. That is, you just want to know, for knowledge sake. You can use Google Scholar. Review articles are very good. If you look at Google Scholar that we just used, you'll find out there is a place there where you will have review. Where is it? Review articles or any type of article on the left. Review articles are good for you to have broad knowledge in your feed. Let me see if I can. Okay, you are there now. I don't want to share Google Scholar again, but if you're on Google Scholar, go to the left-hand side, you will see review. If you click on review, it's going to display review articles alone. All right, or you choose all article types. Then it's the style of that type of discovery is broad. And also is iterative in nature and exploratory. That is, you are trying to explore and you can do it forth and back. That is what iterative means. On the right side, you have research for review. Review kind of search. If you want to do that for an article, for example, what you have to do is you are focusing on a body of evidence, which is what you are doing in an article in many cases. The discovery can be also for knowledge sake, but for the purpose of writing, what you want to do is you need a defined body of knowledge that you can now synthesize to write a literature. And where can you find them? The useful tool, the platform you can find them are indexes, databases that index studies in your feed, such as Scopus, Web of Science, what's it called now? What is the name? Scopus, Med of Science. Is it okay? Triple E is one of them. EDM is one of them. Web of, sorry, what is it called? Wiley, Agile, what again? Those in medicine. It's skipping my mind now. There are about 3 of them that you can use to search. Then style. The style is that it enables you to have structured, well-translated, and logged as well as reproducible body of knowledge that you can now synthesize to form your literature. So your search strategy should be either of these two, and of course, it can start from discovery to review search, either of the two. So what is it that you are searching for? You are searching for concepts. You are searching for certain things that appear in your research question. As I said earlier, it could be a phenomenon, it could be population, it has to do with context or outcome. What is it that you are searching for? We're going to see example as we continue. Now, colleagues, the type of search you do, we have to do with the framework that inform your research question. The type of search you do hinges or is predicated on the type of framework that informs your research questions. Now, this is another keg of worm on its own. This is another keg of worm. But I know those who are in medical science will understand what I'm talking about. And they will understand, and some people also, not everybody, but I want to believe that if quite a number of people understand what I mean here. In one of the hallmarks of a good research question, is it has to hinge on a framework. There are ways we get to know whether a research question or research questions are valid or not. One of the things that can be used to validate research question are these frameworks that you have on the first column. Just as a research title can be validated, research questions also can be validated. Why do we have to branch? I mean, why do we zoom off as if we are zooming off to research question now? Colleagues, your literature review will make no sense if they have no bearing on your research question. Your research question will make no sense if it does not have any bearing on any of this framework. Whatever form of study you are carrying out, there must be something that in your research question, even if it does not encapsulate everything. Also, for example, people in social sciences, their article research question could easily capture population, exposure, and outcome. Then humanities and social sciences, they fit into that. The next one is PICO with small o. It simply means population, interest, and context. Those in education, psychology, humanities, they can easily flow with this. SPIDER, those in education, those in engineering can also fill with this. Those in humanities, they can also fill with SPIDER. SPIDER means sample, phenomenal, design, evaluation, and research type. They can flow with that. Issue-led, those in law and humanities, they can also flow with this because many times they are dealing with issues, they are dealing with text, they are dealing with lens, that is a standpoint of interpretation, and they are dealing with context also as well as jurisdiction. So these are the form of frameworks that we inform their research questions. So when you are writing your research question, this must inform your research question. And when they inform your research question, they will eventually inform the way your literature flow. Let me find out if colleague makes sense of what I've just said. Colleagues, are you making sense of what I've just said?
Trying. Yes, Doc.
More light on it.
Yes,
Oh, all right.
Doc, please.
yes. But I'd like to ask a question.
Doc, please.
Can you give us examples?
How do we apply?
Yes.
How do we apply each to particular research topic? That's the issue.
Yes.
How do you
now, how do I apply it?
How do you apply it?
Yes.
Okay. Few minutes. Let me quickly do something.
Doctor, sir.
Hello. Just a minute.
Yes, sir. Okay, Doctor, sir.
You said?
Just a suggestion, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I believe we are, most of us here in this, I mean, we are all professionals and academics. So we need to be organized that whenever you want to ask questions, please, you should be like giving numbers or something like that, that Mrs. A or Mr. B should raise up his hand, and he should be allowed first before he speak his mind.
Thank you about
because
that.
If you look at it, sometimes people will be saying different things at the same time. So I believe it's your distant at your discretion to decide who would you allow to speak. It will be a bit more beneficial to us.
Thank you. This is taking. I'm trying to. That's well noted. Thank you for that. People want examples. They want examples. All right. Let me start by saying. Let's start with medical science, where we have PICO, which they often use PICO. And one of the, let me just think about an example, for example, now as an example. let us say a study looks at the use of SMS to enable patients to be compliant with medication. That is the way, I mean, the use of SMS for as a reminder to enable patients to adhere to their medications. That is what you want to look at. Now, by the time you want to write a research question, that research question must, one, carry the population, the intervention, the comparison, and the outcome. And by the time you want to raise the research question now, it will become something like, how does SMS reminder influence adherence to medication among, let's say, diabetes patients? How does SMS reminder enhance adherence? Okay, how does SMS reminder enhance adherence among diabetes patients when compared with other interventions or other methods? Now, you will see that the problem is that there is a problem of adherence. Your research question now says, how does SMS reminder is the intervention now. The population is diabetes patients. The comparison is with other form of reminder, other form of intervention that can be used to remind patients. Okay, then we can now say it can extend to the outcome. The outcome now is adherence. Sorry, yeah, the outcome is adherence. So what's everything? You can see how everything tied together, from population being diabetes patients, from intervention being SMS reminder. Then from there we go to comparison. Comparison now is with other form of intervention that can be used to remind patients, and adherence is the outcome that we want to measure. Does that make sense to you, colleague? That is for PICO. Does that make sense? Hello?
Yes, it makes sense.
Yes,
Sir, help us expand the PowerPoint. We cannot see it very well, sir.
It is your device, please. This is the highest this can be. Even though I'm just on whatever, please expand it on your device, or you change your device on landscape. So, colleagues, okay, yes, I think you can see how it works.
Can you please form the research question for that medical thing, for example?
If I can do what?
The research and the hypothesis you are replacing for that medical topic you are giving us the hypothesis. You are telling us how the hypothesis is related to.
I did not state hypothesis. What I said was a question, please. I said the research is about a research that has to do with how can the use of SMS as a reminder help people to adhere to medication. That is the focus of the research. And the question is, and what I've just said is, using PICO as a framework validator, how can PICO, how can it be used to validate your research question, to be sure that the research question you raise is valid? And I cited the example of a research question by saying, how can SMS reminder be improved or enhance adherence among diabetes or whatever patients as compared to other form of intervention? And I said the population is diabetes patients, the intervention is SMS reminder, the comparison with other means of reminder, and the outcome is adherence, period. So colleagues, we are here to learn together. Colleagues, will it be good that we should now be talking to ourselves using language that is not good enough? How can you as an adult be in a call and you are talking without talking to us and you are interrupting the class? Do you want us to embarrass you?
Mute your mic, please. Mute your mic. If possibly you can see the class.
Please mute everyone.
Mute everybody, sir. Please mute everybody from your end.
My dog.
This is quite appalling. It's embarrassing. That some people grow up and they just grow up for growing up sake. No courtesy of any kind. I have said it to those who are used to our training. I like engaging with students when I'm teaching. But unfortunately, you will always see some people. By now, I believe anybody who is in postgraduate school should know the etiquette of online meeting. Should people be embarrassing you? And I've said this severally, that those who have attended our training, I like engaging with the people I'm teaching, yet people will not listen. If you have other things to do, you can excuse yourself, leave. Dr. Nebe, you raise your hand. Please, are you there? Dr. Nebe? All right. So, colleagues, I'm
not the one that raised my hand.
All right. It's fine. Thank you. So, colleagues, I'm giving it to us as an example now. I know this is coming to some of us as something new. I'm talking about this framework. Some people might be seeing this for the very first time and how they can use it to validate their research, to validate their research question, which will eventually dovetail to how literature review should be searched and all that. So I want to give it to you as an example. I'm sorry, as an assignment. Go and do it as an assignment. Take a screenshot of this page. Go and find out how these apply in my feed. I think I've given an example. Just do that. I think that would be a good one to get you engaged. So let's move to the next page. Now, when you want to start searching, how do you go about it? We have done just one step and one of the ways you can search. As a matter of fact, I must say at this point that I need to make an important announcement. I'm going to open the mic now. I want to make an important announcement that I believe everybody should listen to. Colleagues, Research with Me Academic Consulting has something juicy to offer to all participants in this call. And that thing is an 8-week academic writing. In our last cohort, which we ended in the month of June, we trained 104 scholars across 10 countries in Africa, including those from America, from UK, from Australia, from the Middle East. We have people that, subscribe to that training. And out of them, we have 4 professors. Out of the 4, we have 4 professors, 3 professors, please. It was the previous one, we have 4 professors. The last one, we have 3 professors, and we have 36 PhD holders, among whom are lecturers at different cadres, both early career researcher lecturer, as well as those who have advanced in their research. And the rest of them are postgraduate students. It was such a wonderful experience. And I can say, without any fear of whether it could be right or not, as we are right now, we're about 240 in this call. Many of the people that participated in that call, in that training of 8 weeks, they are in this call without any doubt. Please, is there anyone here who was part of that training for 8 weeks? Anyone in this call?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
Yeah, also.
How was the experience?
It was
awesome.
Fantastic, sir.
All right, thank you for that. So, colleagues, what I'm saying in essence is that the training is structured in a way that we take you from, even if you don't know anything from what we have done today, I want to believe you can agree with me that we can take you from scratch, even if you don't know anything about research. We will take you from how to identify a gap to how to submit to a journal, including how to use AI in your writing. Let me quickly share the page with us on the screen. We have been doing this free training now. This is the 4th week of this free training. And colleagues, since that 4 weeks ago, people have been registering on daily basis. And we are closing. Today is going to be the last free training because the training is starting next week, Saturday, which is going to be on the 29th. As you can see on the screen, we have 7 days, 6 hours to start that training and 2 minutes and 52 seconds. It's starting on the 29th of this month. And already we are reaching capacity, meaning we are reaching the maximum number of people we can admit for this training, for this session. It's going to start on the 29th, and it is going to end in the month of October, late October. We're going to have it for September, October, yes, late October. And these are this is the content of that training. Please, can you see my screen? Kindly confirm if you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see it.
Visible.
Yes,
Oh,
Doc, we can see.
We can see your screen, sir. Yes.
So, thank you. The training is an 8-week program that will run from 29th of this month until late October. And also, it is going to cover this at the 8 weeks curriculum. I'm just going to read the highlights for the sake of time. The research foundation and gap identification, that's where you start from. That's week 1. Week 2 will be crafting compelling introduction and literature review. Number 3, which is the week 3, will be for bulletproof methodology and results, as well as finding presentation. Week 4, we discuss master discussion. Sorry, we're going to capacitate you to master discussion and compelling conclusion session of an article. Then week 5, professional formatting and quality assurance. People will think, I remember I told people in the previous cohort and the one before it that don't stop coming to class the moment we do conclusion, because even after writing a very good manuscript, not knowing how to format your work and ensure quality assurance can mess up the whole thing completely, mess everything up completely. I told you this morning or today that I submitted a book chapter this morning, which I worked on overnight. And I've been working on this for some time. And I found out that just one article was published in Predatory Journal, which was an oversight on my side. It was when I was doing the final quality assurance that I saw that this article was published in Predatory Journal. I have to remove it and use another one from credible source. So quality assurance is very important. Then strategic submission and expert manuscript review. We're going to let you, into how to submit strategically, and we also review your work. If you have a paper that you have completed, because our promise in the call, in the training for the 8th week is that the moment we are finishing in the 8th week, you should have one article that is ready to be submitted in your hand, provided you follow what he asked you to do. I say it again. Our promise is you will have one article in your hand. If you can do 2, is allowed to be submitted to a journal, credible journal. And we will ensure that if you allow us, we will review the article for you before you even submit it, meaning your level and chance of being accepted increases. So that is that about that. Then, and that service alone, that service of us helping you to review your work before you submit it to a journal, we charge over $100 for it. So I want you to imagine that, but we are getting it free of charge. Then, what about ethical and responsible use of AI? We are going to look at, in week 7, we are going to look at ethical and responsible use of AI. But now we are considering making it the last one, because if you don't know how to write an article and you are using AI, it's just a sheer waste of time and an embarrassment of oneself in academic cycle. So it is better you know how to write very well before you start using AI. Then the next, the one that is the last here, which is going to be the 7th now, is systematic review, how to write a systematic literature review and conceptual as well as theoretical article. All of this we are going to cover in greater details within these 8 weeks. This training used to be 8 weeks, used to be 6 weeks, but we realized that many of our participants are they are working class. And as a result of that, we decide to extend it to 8 weeks so that we can give them enough time to carry out the activities. And the training we hold on Tuesday and on Saturdays, Tuesdays and Saturdays. And what is it called now? Yeah, Tuesdays and Saturdays by 7 p.m. West African time, 7 p.m. West African time. That is the time of the meeting in each of the weeks. So if you want to subscribe, if you want to be part of it, I'm going to drop this link now for this website where you can make payment. I'm going to drop it right in the chat box. Quickly go there before the time the class filled up. The class is filling up at a rate we least expect. As of yesterday, somebody from Zambia had registered 15 people from Zambia. The person that might be in this call, 15 people from Zambia have registered. And I was like, this is startling. So colleagues, don't sleep on this opportunity. The next time we are going to be having this training is going to be February next year. The link to register is in the chat box, and the amount to be paid is what I have. Let me have it display on the screen, and I'm going to put it in the chat box. This is the amount that the training goes for in your country. If your country is not listed here, look down, you will see other countries. It is $50 in other countries. You see the price in your country, as you can see on the screen. Just click on it and it will direct you to a place where you can make payments using your card, your bank card to make payments. Don't sleep on this opportunity. Let this be the best gift you will give to yourself this year. As you can see, Dr. Nebe, please post it in the group and post all the links in the chat also. Post all the chat, in the chat box, place the, what is it called? The link to make payment for different countries. Please put it there. Dr. Nebe, are you hearing me? Are you there? All right. So yeah, I think she's doing that. So the country-specific payment link.
Can you hear me, Doc? Can you hear me?
1 minute. Let me land. Please let me finish. You can ask your question. So
You can hear me, right?
Yes, I can hear you, Dr. Nebe. Please go ahead.
Yes, I'm on it already.
All right, thank you. So, colleagues, before the window closes, you will have an opportunity to register as one of the early bird research. As one of the people that will benefit from one of the gifts we are giving. Between now and Wednesday, if you do your registration between now and Wednesday, you are going to be having our book that we have just published, which is on how to use your master and PhD and convert it to a good career for yourself.
They're not going to do that. It's simple.
Yeah, no, it cannot be. Yes, it will be.
So we are going to make the book available to you free of charge between now and Wednesday. If you make payment and you register, it is a book. Let me show you the book in 1 minute. You will see it's a book that comprises of so many things you can do with your master or with your PhD, even if you are not employed. It is mind-blowing, the contents that the book contains. You cannot miss it. When you have such book in your hand, you will know exactly what to do. Beyond being in academia, you will know what to do with your PhD. So let me quickly show you the book, and you can pick your copy. Sorry, I mean, if you want to buy the book, you can pick your copy. If you are buying, it's 10,000 Naira and $15. But in case you are registering for this course between now and Wednesday, you are going to have the book free of charge. So it simply means that for those, I mean, instead of you paying 10,000 for the book, you are getting it free of charge. Here is the book. And instead of you paying $50, you are paying $35 for the 8 weeks training. This is the book. And turn your master or PhD into real career opportunities. It's such a wonderful book. It's not only a book on its own, it's a living material, because it's connected to this website where you will download templates, where you download workbook and so many things that will enable you to achieve that aim of turning your PhD and master into career opportunity. So I want to believe that the link to make payment has been made available in the chat box. Go ahead and register. Dr. Nebe, I'm not seeing it in the chat box. Please put that link in the chat box. Or 1 minute. It's not in the chat box for this call. I can see you put it elsewhere in the groups, but let me put it there so that we can continue with what we are doing. Just 1 minute, colleagues. I just want to put it in the chat box so that everybody can have access to it. Dr. Nebe, please, Dr. Nebe, send me a chat. I cannot pick call now. Send me a chat, please. I have sent it there. I've sent the link into the chat box. So anyone who is interested can go ahead and make payment using that link. If you're in Nigeria, you may not use any of the link. All you have to do is, there is a bank account there, which is a Zenith Bank. Just scroll down towards the end. We have Zenith Bank. You can pay into that bank directly by making bank transfer. And you also have Eco Bank. Those who are in Zambia can pay into Eco Bank. We receive payment from Zambia with Eco Bank. In Ghana, Eco Bank. People from Ghana, from Cameroon, they can pay into Eco Bank, and that's just it. If you want to pay through Mukuru, if you have Mukuru in your country, we also receive payment through Mukuru. If you want to also pay through Mama Money, or you want to pay through PayPal, all these avenues are available for payment. So if you want to make payment, please go ahead. Regarding this announcement, we will allow question for 5 minutes, then we continue with the training. The training may end around 3 o'clock, so we still have some time. Do we have any question about this announcement? It has to do with this announcement and this announcement alone, not about the training. We continue with the training, then you ask questions after a while. I hope that is clear. The floor is open. Let's take it one after the other. Dr. Ngozi, please moderate the question. Raise your hand if you have a question. We call your name, then we attend to your question. Thank you. Dr. Nebe, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Colleagues, if you're not asking, I can see so many hands raised. Please, if the question is not for the training, can you put down your hands? Let me know people that want to ask a question pertaining to the forthcoming training. Blessing Ngozi, you can unmute your mic and ask your question. Your mic is enabled. Blessing Ngozi. Okay, if she's not here, then Patrick Kobina. Can we hear you, Patrick? Patrick? Okay, in absence of him, then Simon Akka. Simon?
Yes, Doc.
All right.
Thank you.
Please go ahead.
I've registered for the training, but I'm here to receive my book.
Okay, so have you joined the WhatsApp, the premium WhatsApp group?
Yes, please.
All right, reach out to the
Then you can reach out to us. That's not a problem. You get your book. All right, that's taken care of. What the wire, Julius?
Please reach out to the admin.
All right, what the wire?
Did you mention me, Julius?
Your hand is raised, and your mic is also.
Thank you very much. Doctor, I just want to know the duration to enable me schedule all my other activities from 7 to, for how long will it be taking? The training.
But I didn't get that.
The 8-week training.
Okay,
7 to 9 o'clock. 2 hours. It's 2 hours.
Oh, that is great. Okay.
Yes.
Fine.
Okay. All right. Adeshala Oyewumi. Please,
yes. Good scholars.
Okay.
Yes. Good afternoon, scholars. Thanks for everything. I would love to have the course outline for the upcoming training. I mixed out when my phone went off that time.
All right, that's fine.
All right, please check the link. Please check the link. Check the link in the chat box or in the group. You will see the link that leads to the web page. Then the course outline is there.
Thank you, sir.
All right, the next is A.N. Abasalim. Dr. Abasalim, are you here?
I'm here. Thank you very much. I'm here. I made a payment last week, Saturday, during the training. I used the link to make payments. Unfortunately, I don't know how to confirm if you have received my payment and the next action I'm supposed to take, how to join the WhatsApp group and so on, because I was on and off during the training. So I missed part of the information, but I used the link towards the end to make that payment. Please, I need confirmation of the receipt of that payment and the next action I should take. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Abasalim.
Right,
please, on the WhatsApp group that you belong, check for the admin, then DM us your proof of payment. Then we'll take it from there.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we have Ijoma Harriet. Ijoma, please, you can go on.
Hello, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Clearly.
Good afternoon.
Okay. Okay, I want to thank the doc for this training. I have benefited a lot from it. In fact, there are so many things that I've never heard before that I've heard in this training, and I'm so grateful about that. I'm a PhD student. I'm just starting. I'm on course work level. So I want to be, main interest why I joined the group was because of my thesis. I'm still starting on a topic, and I want to know what I've been hearing so far is about article writing. If I join this training, will it help me in writing my thesis as well as the article writing? Thank you.
All right. Thank you for your question. The difference between article and thesis is majorly the length as well as institutional conventions. The the skill and the act of writing are the same. In other words, if you get exposed to this training, I can tell you, writing your thesis would be as easy as anything because it is the same principle that guide the two. So you are killing two stones with one bird. With one, you are killing two birds with one stone. I beg your pardon.
Okay.
I hope that answers your question.
Okay. No problem, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Yes, sir, you have. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
All right. Dr. Gabriel Oji, if you are here, you can unmute and ask your question.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Please, I want to know if a two-time payment can be granted in this program. Secondly, after completing the payment, will the textbook be given to me?
Certainly, you would if your first payment is made between now. As a matter of fact, we are discouraging instrumental payment because the last time we tried it was giving us issue. So I think we need to look at it on case-by-case basis. There are some cases we can grant, there are some cases we can't grant. So please let's make that private. Talk to the admin, then we can pick it from there. Please just locate the admin in your group and talk to the admin.
All right. Thank you.
Welcome.
All right. We have Rosemary Babatunde. Rosemary, please, you can unmute.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, the presenter, Dr. Oluwasola. I'm grateful for your impactful teaching or training this afternoon. Actually, my question has been answered because it's the same thing with the first to the last person that asked question about PhD thesis and then starting afresh as a beginner in the research. The research has been a challenging to me, so I really want to join this group. And then majored on humanities, sir, because I wanted you to highlight more on humanities. But since you got across general of research and work, I wanted to know more about humanities. But since the lecture or training is about to start, I believe I will be really impactful with what you have said concerning the two persons that spoke about research and thesis. That's my question. What do you have in people in humanities? Is the training cut across every space of research?
Yes, thank you very much for your question. It's a good one. One thing we do in Researchwithme Academy that make our training to be different from others is we take cognizance of variation in conventions as far as feeds are concerned. Let me share a screen with you. If time will permit us today, there is something that there's a place we are taking today's training to, and that is to make it become more relatable to all fields. Now, can you see my screen in Microsoft Word?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, you will see that from education, what we did here to make today's study to be very relatable and understandable at a deeper level is for every field, we chose a topic. We wrote the abstract, the keyword. This is the introduction. These are the research questions. Now, these are the hypotheses, and these are the keywords that were used to search for literature. And from there, we moved to develop literature matrix. There's what is called literature matrix, that as you are searching, you are documenting. As you are searching, you are documenting. And you are documenting around a theme or around research question, which will enable you to develop a literature review that is sound, as you have it here. And we try to compare that to weak literature review, where people begin to say, according to, this is a weak literature review, according to A, according to B, according to author C, and all that, without something reasonable. But when you talk about synthesizing literature that you have crawled and extracted, this is how it can give you a coherent and scholarly literature in your study. So now you can see that is for education. The same thing, this is health sciences and life sciences. We move from there to engineering and technology. We move from there to computer and data science. We move from there to, just to tell you that we cover virtually all fields. This is social sciences. This is what? This is business management. This is for natural science. This is for humanities. Can you see humanities here? This is for what again? Law and policy studies. This is art and creative practice, and on and on and on. This is interdisciplinary studies. That is the last one. So to answer your question, we take care of virtually all fields. We are cognizant of the variation in discipline conventions. Thank you. All right.
All right, that's been taken care of. Okay. Dr. Morton, you can unmute and ask your question.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for the training. My own question is just, where are we to put the evidence of payment? Where are we to send them? Since we are not on the research group WhatsApp and research team WhatsApp group. So where are we to send the evidence of payment? That is number one. Then number two, from the training I've been attending, I found it difficult to find about my discipline, which is aquaculture. And I don't know, maybe it is being put under natural science.
What is your feed? What is your feed?
It's on, let's say, aquaculture, let's say agriculture on aquaculture.
Is natural science. Hello?
Oh, yes, I can get it. What about the number, or where we are going to put the evidence of payment for the training?
Evidence of payment, okay. Let's see if we can call a number for you or put a number in the group. I mean, in the call for you to. Let's put a number in this chat box for you to send proof of payment to. So every other person can do that. Please just send it to that number the way it is. +27 should be there when you are sending. +27 should be there. Please check the chat. The number is in the chat. Send proof of payment to that number.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. The next person, please.
Rose Iwajoku, please can unmute. Dr. Rose
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yes, my question is this. Like somebody has asked a similar question like this. I registered last week Saturday after the training, or while the training was going on. But up till now, I've not received the book promised, the ebook promised. I don't know why.
All right. Please chart that line on the screen. Hello, please chart that line, the line that has been dropped via WhatsApp. Chart the line via WhatsApp. The line is in the chat box. The phone number has been dropped there. Please chart the line and send your proof of payment to that line. Then every other thing can be picked from there.
Okay.
All right.
Dr. Sasere,
yes,
can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Please, not everyone has access to the chat box. Can you share that number on the screen so that everyone can pick that number from there? Thank you. Next here is, please, if you have asked your question, can you please put down your hand so that we know who we are calling? Thank you so much. We have Mohammed Maimuna Madake. Mohammed, please, you can unmute and ask your question. If he's not there, Mohammed, are you there? All right. Next is Philip. I hear you, Paula. Philip, are you here? Please go on.
Yeah, good afternoon, scholars.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, my question is about the book that that was promised to people who registered. I wanted to ask that, what about those of us that were in the last session? Are we not opportune to have the book also?
What session?
Last cohort.
We have made it clear. If you are part of the last cohort, we have made a special arrangement for those in the last cohort, and people in the last cohort can bear me witness on how they were able to access it and what arrangement was made for them. So please go to the group and chat the admin, then you will be guided accordingly.
Hello, sir. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay,
You're welcome.
the next person is Olalekan.
Hello.
Jimo, are you here? Olalekan.
Hello.
Jimo, are you here?
Can I speak?
Please hold on. We are taking it one after the other. Hold on, Olawale. Olalekan, are you
sir.
here? Okay, then you can go on here. The next. Olawale, you can go on.
Okay, good afternoon.
Afternoon,
Good
sir.
afternoon, sir.
Can you hear me?
Clearly.
Clearly.
Okay, sir. Yeah, I don't know that it is time for question and answer. Because I went to the mosque. Not yet?
Not yet.
Okay, because the same thing happened last week. Ask my question again.
So what we are doing right now is about the forthcoming 8 weeks training for people that wants to enroll. If you have questions based on that, that's what we are entertaining now. Then later on, questions can can be asked. All right.
Okay. You're welcome,
So Mr. Taiwo, Dr. Taiwo, you can go on.
Thank you very much.
Hello, ma'am.
Thank you. I want to ask, the
welcome,
training recording, will it be made available?
You mean the 8 weeks?
Yes.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. So whether you miss the class or not, the training is always there on your dashboard, which you can come up to anytime to listen to what.
How long do we have access to it?
You have access to it 2 months after the training. 2 months. Let me show you. Please, can you see the screen I'm displaying right now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, where you have welcome back, right?
Yeah.
Every participant will have access to their own dashboard where they will have access to materials. You know, this literature review we are talking about, we already have, you know, the idea of I don't have access to paid version of article or not does not arise here. What we do here is we have curated everything you need to write an article. This is an ecosystem. So including how to go about methodology, even if you don't have an idea of methodology, we have what you call methodology compass, which when you click on it, is going to take you through process of the available types of research methodology available in your field and guide you and recommend for you this is appropriate for your study. We're going to take you through that. That's just one of the materials. Then when you talk about the recording, this is cohort 1 recording. This is cohort 2 recording. Those who have just concluded, I'm clicking on it now. You can see that recording is still there up till now. They have access to it and they can, everything we are talking about since right from research gap, as you can see, this is open ceremony. Then this is research gap and all that. So from there, you can see as I'm scrolling on the left downward, they all have access to it up onto the AI, responsible use of AI. So all of this systematic literature review, this is the video for it. This is the video for, you know, all those things. You have the description, everything is included. And not only that, the most interesting part is the fact that even if you have not written an article before, you can go to the dashboard and we have what is called article builder. Our article builder will guide you. This is it. If I click on it now, you will see that every discipline is represented here, where you can drop down and choose your discipline, and now have example of article in your feed that you can serve as a model and write, and pattern your writing after. We are going to do that below here, from title to abstract till you get to references. And in each session, you have the opportunity of writing. Not only that, there are guidance on what information is expected in each session of an article for each session as you keep writing. And of course, if you want to submit to us, go ahead and submit for a review. When you are done, also, you can submit everything. We look at it, which is what we said. Review alone in our platform is $100 for us to review your work for you. So, but you are getting it free of charge because you are part of the training. I hope that answers some of your questions.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Dr. Bokane Ukube, go on.
Good afternoon, Doctor.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you? Yes. I'm here to ask, what are the benefits of writing and publishing these journals and articles? Is it gaining popularity, or there's more to it?
Are you in academia?
Yes, I am.
Okay. It has tons of benefits. One, it's a means of promotion. You can't get promoted at some level if you don't have paper. It gives you, it establishes you as an authority in your field. It enables you to, whenever you attend, if you are looking for a job, if you are, if you want to, for example, if you are in one institution and you want to go to another institution, perhaps you are a senior lecturer and you think you are due for associate prof and they are not giving you as when due in your university, you can go to another university and bargain and say, I have this number of publications. This is my credit, and out of about 3 things or more that are being searched or that are being tested or that serve as basis of promotion, publication is one of it that nobody can, it's not debatable. And not only that, if you're applying for grants, applying for funding, people want to see what have you done in terms of research. What is your pedigree? What pedigree do you have? What has been your antecedents that you say you're applying for this? They check that. And also, it enables you to even publish more. The more you publish in credible journal, the more you have in fact, journals will be calling you. I've lost count of the number. On daily basis, I receive email from journals that want me to contribute to their publication, which is a symbol of credibility in your feed. It doesn't have to do with the number of articles you have published. Colleagues, let's get something this evening or this afternoon. It is not about quantity. You can have 5 articles, and those 5 articles can carry weight more than somebody that published 50 articles. That's where I started this morning. Don't allow too many articles or the quantity to be the factor that you concentrate on. 5 articles that are solid. If you have 5 Q1, Q2 articles, they carry more weight than 50 articles that are published in predatory journal. Let's get that today. It's not about the number of articles. It's about the quality. And it differentiates you in academic cycle. So that is just a few of the benefits. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.
You're welcome.
All right, the next person is Olutayo.
Please, let's make it 1 minute so that we can continue with the training. We are stopping around 3 o'clock. We still have some more things to deal with today, please. Let's make it as fast as we can, please.
Olutayo, are you here?
All right. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. I wanted to ask if analysis is part of this training, the aspect of the analysis in chapter 4.
All right, we don't cover analysis. Analysis is a different thing altogether. It's a different training. So this training does not cover analysis, but all we are going to do there is to explain to you how to interpret your data, whether the data that was analyzed for you was, was properly and interpreted, and the what is it called? The principle that guides data interpretation. Those are the things we are going to look at.
Okay, how the data that somebody else interpreted for me. I didn't get that.
Yes, that's how, many people contract their data analysis to statistician, or you call them data analysts. Not everybody know how to analyze those things, and many times students don't care, and in some cases they will be the one to write a chapter 4, even sometimes it's chapter 5, because you have no idea of how those things work. So we are going to let you see how do you go about it, so that during your defense you are not lost. So that is it.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. That's my question. Thank you, sir.
All right. You're welcome.
All right, Dr. Rose, are you here? Though you asked a question earlier. Okay,
Sorry.
we move. Is that
Hello.
Rose?
Thank you. Yes, thank you for the opportunity to ask again. Sir, my own question is this: can we get a certificate after the training?
Our certificate is excellent. I don't know if I can show you. Our certificate is verifiable online, as in you can get it, and you are getting the certificate the day of graduation. It's verifiable, and if I may show you one, let me see, so that everybody you can verify it, even yourself, as we are speaking right now. If I go to the dashboard and I check my certificate, because the certificate will always be on your dashboard, and you can download it. Of course, you download it. If you see my screen now, my screen should be showing the dashboard. I'll click on my certificate. Can you see my certificate here? Hello?
Not yet.
Not really.
We haven't seen it.
Not yet, sir. It's not showing.
It's not showing yet.
The dashboard
Okay.
is it showing now?
But we're not seeing
Yes, it's showing. You can see it.
Now I click, this is my certificate. I'm highlighting my certificate menu. So if I click on it, it is going to show me that certificate. If I want to view it, let me click on view. Okay, can you see the certificate in the views, in this view?
Yes, we can see. I can see it, Doctor.
This is it. All right, so now you can scan it. If you scan the certificate, you will see it will link to our database to confirm that truly we issued the certificate and it's authentic, if you scan the scan code. So that is how our certificate looks like. All right, the next.
All right, Sis Zanojo.
So
Zanojo, are you here?
Not there.
Okay, Hamza. Okay, Sis Zanojo, go on.
Please, I'm a participant from Ghana. We're just trying to follow the link to make payment for the upcoming training, but unfortunately, I've not been able to go through, and this is the information that I'm getting. If I'm using the card, the information that comes is error. And then it goes further to say that Meet is not configured for your business. Please contact support. Try again.
Okay.
What should I do?
Please contact the admin. We are going to take you through the procedure after this training.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're welcome.
All right. Colleagues, please, if you've asked your question, kindly put down your hand, please. Let's know who we are calling. All right, the next person is Hamza. Okay, Hamza has put down his hand. Philip Ayepola, are you here?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you once again. I've asked question before anyway, but my question now is it relates to the analysis. I remember I asked this question in the last cohort session also, but Dr. Sasere told us that there will be a special session where the analysis training will be taken care of. But I don't know whether that session is still coming up or it's no more considered again.
Thank you. The option is still coming on. We are working on the logistics that it requires, because one thing is we don't believe in doing something just for the sake of doing it. We want to ensure that when we train people, there is impact. Yes, and we want to make sure that when people start the training, they can connect with their field and be competent. We don't want to do lecture. We have seen a lot of lecture on how to write, how to analyze data. We don't want lecture. So we are still working on the logistics to ensure that people maximize the session to their benefits. As soon as we are done, we'll let you know.
Can I ask again, please? Would that time when it will be ready be after this session or before?
Definitely.
Or during
it will be after the session, this session. After the 8-week training, by then we will let you know the date and the time.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes, you're welcome.
All right, we have Brenda.
Hello.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you for giving me the opportunity to interact. Okay, my cause of concern is, say I joined the 8-week program, is it going to help me? Okay, is it going to help me come up for me to know how to identify a research topic, also to know how to, after developing the research topic, I have seen that already on literature review, we have been doing something of which that I understand, but I don't know how to marry my literature review with my objectives, and also coming up with methodologies in terms of my question of research. So is the program going to help me come up with that, and also knowing the type of tools to use under methodologies and research in terms of my research question?
Definitely, it's going to help you, because since we are starting from the scratch, everything will be connecting as we continue. How everything connects, you will get to know that.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So,
all right, Titilayo Ijikule. Titilayo, you can go ahead.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome,
Thank you, our instructor. Really appreciate your impactful training. We can't wait for more of it by next week. I just want to add the book that after I'm here to make payments, I'll make the payments today. The book, is it going to be hard copy or soft copy?
It's soft copy.
Okay, all right, no problem. Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
Right, Dr. Abubakar Ahmed. Dr. Abubakar, can we have you?
Hello.
Hello, sir. You can go ahead, sir. Hello, Abubakar. All right, Mohammed Maimuna, go on.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hello,
Please,
I'm on, ma.
Let's have Abubakar first, please.
Yes, ma.
Who is speaking now?
Good afternoon, everyone.
Even if it's not
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. Thank you for your wonderful, impactful trainings. Hello?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yeah, it's Abubakar. Please go on.
Yes,
We can hear you.
Ma, am I the one on the line? Oh, hello?
Please, who is speaking? Is it Abubakar Mohammed?
It's Abubakar.
It's Maimuna Muhammad.
Abubakar.
Okay,
Hello?
let's have Abubakar. Okay, Abubakar, go on.
Okay, ma. Thank you very much for giving me the to speak.
Welcome,
I want to comment our trainer. My question is this: sir, after the whole program, at the end of the day, expected that we'll be able to write a journal, a manuscript that should be submitted to a reputed journal, either in Q1, Q2, Q3. But what I am thinking is, most of the time, if you are an expertise in writing, some factors might affect you in terms of trying to make payment to some of these high quality journals. Sometimes they are very expensive. Do they give room for people to submit without the article? So I want to find out this question from you, sir.
All right, you are saying that some people find it difficult to pay. Is that the question?
Yeah.
Now, the beautiful thing about our training is that the last cohort, and that's what we have been doing, in the last cohort, you see that they were given 20 journals each where they can publish free of charge. So one of the benefits of you attending our training is that you are going to have free articles where you can publish. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
You are going to have a number of articles given to you where you can publish. So that is sorted.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
All right, Mohammed, are you still here? You can ask the question, Mohammed.
Yes, I'm here, ma. Yes, I'm there, ma.
Please go on.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to interact. Thank you so much for your wonderful and impactful training, sir. My question is based on the fourth training. So I don't know if the training will help me to know and identify as a lecturer when I'm reviewing my students or supervising my student projects, for me to understand methodology and the repeatable instruments used, tools for the analysis. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
The question is, will it enable you, enable you to supervise? Who is this person talking?
This person will not let us enjoy this lecture. We meant from beginning, this man be making noise.
And make it known.
From beginning of this lecture.
Would you like to listen to?
Can we identify him, please? I'm trying to identify him.
Everyone. Hello, sir. Did you get my question?
That if the training will enable you to supervise your students.
Yes.
Hello, dog. Let us stop that person who is distracting our listen.
I've been trying to look at what is the name. I'm looking for the name.
Is he playing with Jesus Christ? Child.
Okay, fine.
So, colleagues, to answer your question, the training will enable you, it will expose you to things that you really need to know about research, because by the time you are listening to us and you are doing what we ask you to do, you will realize that indirectly or inadvertently, you are becoming aware of what it takes to do research. And I can tell you, one of the benefits you are going to get extend beyond yourself. It will enable you to supervise students. We have a training that is still coming up. We are still working on that for now. on how to supervise. So there is no way you will attend our training and you will not be a good supervisor, because you know what is expected at every point. By the time you are reading your student work, you will know this is what is expected of you. This is what is expected of you. I think that answers your question.
Sir, what about the methodology, the suitable instrument, and also the tools to use? Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Doc, I would advise that
Sir?
anytime you want to react to any question, just mute everybody.
Hello, sir. Hello?
Hold on, I think hold on for
Hello,
him.
sir.
Let's give him some.
They want to check the person
Just
making
cool down,
noise.
just cool down. Madam, cool down. They will answer
He'll
you.
be with us shortly. Just hold on.
Hello, colleagues. I just want to see if that's the interference will reduce. Okay, can we continue? Dr. Nebe, are you there? Let's attend to one or two more, then we go ahead with the training.
I'm on to you, sir.
All right. About the methodology, we are going to explain methodology. We are going to explain methodology in details. That's what I was trying to say.
Okay. Then what about the suitable instrument to use?
The instruments?
Yes.
Different discipline has different instrument to be used. We are going to let you know what the general overview of the type of methodology that is available in your field. It is expected of you as a researcher to actually research into that. But to make it easy for you, the tool that we display just now, which is our methodology compass, we expose you to different type of methodology that's available in your field. Then you can now dig deeper. That is it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then what about the tools? The tools to analyze your instruments.
We are not going to data analysis. It's a different thing altogether. We will let you see what is it that you need to how methodology should appear in your feed. Those are the things we speak to. We've talked about, we start talking about tools now, talking about maybe SPSS, talking about Atlas TI, talking about those things. They are different tools altogether. So when we are talking about that, you are going into analysis in details.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
All right.
All right. Dr. Badegesing, are you here? Badegesing, are you here? Dr. Badegesing, are you here? Okay, we have Peter Ativo. Doc, you can unmute if you are here. Then Bukola Yusuf. So either of you can unmute if you are here. All right, go on, Peter.
Hello. Good afternoon, Doc and every participant. Actually, I was trying to pay using my mobile money, but it was giving me a problem. But later, I found out that my fund wasn't enough. So I will top up and do the payment later. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you, Dr. Peter. Bukola Yusuf, are you here? Badegesing, are you here? All right, Doc, I think no one else wants to ask question. Or do we have anyone in the group that wants to ask a question?
I have a question.
I have a question, please. I have a question, please.
Sorry, I saw repeated hands, but these ones you've asked earlier, so I didn't know. Okay, please go on.
I have a question.
Adigun.
Okay, good afternoon. My question, I just joined the university, Lincoln University, some 2 months ago.
And I'm also, by next year, I will be going for my PhD by the grace of God. So as per the training you are talking about, the fee you charge is much for people like me that is just coming to the system. Please, sir, in the issue of the book, is it possible for me to get the book alone without going the training, or is just the training and the book comes together? Those are my questions.
You can get the book. Please chat. The link to get the book will be made available in the chat box and in the group. You can pick it from there.
Okay, sir. And the cost, sir?
It's 10,000. It's 10,000 naira.
Okay, sir. So yes. I will appreciate if I can get it, sir.
All right. It will be made available.
Hello.
Yes, sir, you can go on.
Hello, sir.
Hello, please go on.
Hello.
Go on.
Thank you very much, sir, for all your efforts. What happened is that when we are trying to share with us about the book and the training, I was having a network issue that I couldn't follow up. So I don't know, maybe you can just help me. If you can help me to recap it, maybe I can get more information about it. The training and the book.
The training, thank you. The training is an 8-week training that covers how to write an article from the scratch, from how to establish a gap to how to submit. And we reel out 8 different, it contains 8 modules that we're going to run through from September 29th to October this year, October ending this year. From this month, 29th of August to the end of this month, and we are going to be to the end of October. We are going to be attending to that. It's going to hold on Tuesday and Saturday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. West African time. Our promise for this training is that provided you can follow all our instructions, you will have a manuscript that is ready to be submitted to a curated journal in your field. And yes, that's the promise. That's just the basic, that's what it's all about. And we are saying that if you are subscribing between now and Wednesday, if you're in Nigeria, you are paying 50,000 naira. And you are getting a book that costs 10,000 naira if you are buying it alone. But because you are subscribing between now and Wednesday, you are going to have access to that book free of charge, which means you are paying more or less like 40,000. So, but you are paying 50,000, but we are getting that book free. For those in other countries, they are paying $15 for that book. And if you want to register between now and Wednesday, you will get that book of $15 free of charge. So that is what we are trying to say. Thank you. All right.
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Hello. Thank you for giving me the second chance to speak. Please, a lot have been said in humanities and natural sciences. I want to ask, what about those in the physical sciences, statistics in particular? What are their fates?
The research have conventions. They are also going to be covered. Like we said earlier, we are cognizant of the fact that conventions and traditions vary from one from one area to the other. They are also taken care of. If you see the screen I shared, you see that about 11 what is it called now? About 11 disciplines were covered. So you can be very sure that you will be covered. You will be covered. All right. For those asking for the book, this is the link for the book. I've displayed it so that you can just take a screenshot, then you go there and lay your hand on it. Thank you very much, colleagues. The time is 3 o'clock now. Do we still have the energy to push? We are ready for you if you are ready for us. So let's do a little bit more. Let's push a little bit more before we call it a day. What about that?
No problem, sir. You're welcome, sir.
Excellent, sir.
Does anyone still have a question? Does anyone? I can see your hand. Does anyone still have a question?
Yes, ma'am. I just want to ask the prof, is he residing in Nigeria? He said that some people that are residing in Nigeria may use the Zenith account. Is he resident in Nigeria?
Use Zenith account. Use the Nigerian account if you're in Nigeria.
The Zenith account is a Nigerian account. I am not in Nigeria now, but use the account. You are safe. Just send it to the admin when you are done with the payment.
I already made my payment on seller. I just wanted to be sure. I don't know if he was in Nigeria or not.
It is safe. All right. We are not in Nigeria at the moment. Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon. Please, I joined the meeting late and I could hear about training and the 8 weeks training and the rest. I know it's about research, publication, and the rest. So please, I would like to have the information about the training, the price for it, and also what it's going to cover. Thank you very much.
All right. You're welcome. Please, we have done that 2-3 times now. Can you please locate the admin in your group and let us and let's talk to you, privately, so that we still have some things to cover. Many people have joined as far back as 4 hours ago, and it might be boring for them to, when we keep repeating the same thing over and over. But basically, it's about 8 weeks on how to write an article that will take you from, even if you don't know how to write anything, to at the end of the training, if you follow our instruction, you should have an article to be submitted for a journal. That is the summary of it.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
So please contact the admin,
Hello,
and we are
doctor.
going to take you into, yes, we are going to take you further and explain more.
Good afternoon,
Good
doctor.
afternoon. Good afternoon.
Thank you so much for this wonderful and impactful training. We really appreciate it. Please, my question goes thus. Please make a recap on how we can identify credible journals and how we can locate the ones that we can use for our feed.
We have not reached there. There's a difference between locating credible articles to cite in your study. That is what we are dealing with today. But when it comes to how to identify credible journal, is a different topic altogether. That we take in the main course. And not because we are hiding anything here, but it does not come within the scope of what we are talking about today. So kindly bear with us on that. It's outside the scope of today's training. Yeah.
When I joined, I heard you making mention about how to identify credible journals.
Everything is covered in detail, with greater depth in the training. Yes. All right.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. So colleagues, let it be, yes.
Sir, please, if there's any challenge, both in payment and reaching you, how do we reach you? Or is there a number or a link you can draw for us for any more inquiries about how to do or go about this, maybe this platform?
The registration, the link on the screen, can you see my screen? My screen is displaying a phone number now where you can send proof of payment. That link is an admin in a group, or you can chat. That's our support number. It's a South African number. Make sure you capture it. Send any challenge you have or information you want to give us, and you want to pass across to us. We are going to take care of it.
All right, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Colleagues, let's just a bit of extra time. Let's do a bit of extra time before we close for today. I know it has been a long time, but let's quickly do some things so that we can see if we can just knit some things together before we call it a day. And if you have questions, we're available to your questions, but let's just push a little bit. And what I'm saying is let's just hold on questions for a few minutes. Let's push a little bit, then we can now begin to ask general questions as far as today's topic is concerned and as far as the training is concerned. We have taken a bit of time. Thank you very much. So what we are saying before now is that every feed is expected to exemplify certain framework as far as their research question is concerned. And that research question should embody the components of these frameworks. And now, when you have this framework and you have an understanding of it, which I've explained one of it earlier, and I've mentioned what comprise and what this component, what each of them is in the framework. For example, in PICO, we have population, intervention, and comparison, as well as outcome. In POE, we have population, exposure, and outcome. In PICO with small letter, we have population, interest, and context. In SPIDER, we have sample, phenomenon, design, evaluation, research type. And we also have issue-led, which is very common in humanities and law. We have issues or text or lens, the lens with which you are interpreting, context or jurisdiction. These are validators. These frameworks are benchmark through, with which your question marks should be judged against. So what am I trying to say?
Doctor, please. Your slide is not showing, sir. Please.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
Apologies for that. Apologies. I thought my screen is
showing. That is showing you.
Let me share my screen again. Let me share my slide again. Can you see my slide now?
Yes, we can see it.
Good.
All right.
Yes, yes, we can see it.
So, what am I trying to say? Sorry, just a minute. I lost my thoughts. So, what I am saying is what you have on the first column, they are frameworks that guide you on how your research questions should flow. And on the third column, the components, their full meaning are expressed in that place. I've explained using PICO, for example, and how it informs a research question, which I have given as an example. And what is the essence of all of this? We are talking about literature review. And here you are talking about research question. What is the relationship? I have explained this over and over. Your literature review should inform your research question. And one of the things that you can use, one of the frameworks to validate whether your research question is accurate or good is, are those frameworks you have on the first column, do they contain those information? Let me recap on the first one I gave. I said, a study that wants to find out how SMS reminder improve adherence of medication among diabetes patients. That is the focus of the study. And now I said the overall research question, the major research question will be something like, how does SMS reminder enhance adherence, medication adherence among diabetes patients as compared to other interventions? That was the research question I gave. And I said, in that research question, you have population, which is diabetes patients. You have intervention, which is SMS reminder. You have comparison, which are other means of intervention. And the outcome now is the adherence. Colleagues, I hope we got it up to that point. Now, I'm now saying that for other ones like POE simply means your study can capture population, exposure, and outcome. If that is what your study cover, it is fine. Then, if you want to use PICO with small letter, it can meaning that your research question can still be valid and it has to can still be validated with that PICO with small letter or with small letter when it carries population, interest, and context. Then we have SPIDER. SPIDER means sample, phenomenon, design, evaluation, research type. Then we have issue-led, where we have laws and humanities. Then the components will be, what are the issues you are looking at per time? What are the texts that you are trying to use? Is it a constitution? Is it a whatever statutory document you want to use? The lens with which you are looking at it. Then the context or the jurisdiction, maybe high court, whatever. Context could be country, jurisdiction could be the level of court, high court, magistrate court, Supreme Court, and all that. So now, when you look at all of this, you find out that there is no way you can conduct a study without it hinging on any of these framework we're talking about. So it now depends on what components are involved in your study, particularly your research question. And why are we doing this? We are doing it to inform our literature review. The second column talks about where is this more appropriate? Is it qualitative study? Is it an exposure or association study? Is it an intervention study? And all that. And the last column is just an example of, studies that, focus of study that are relatable as far as this framework is concerned. That is exactly what I'm trying to say. Now, from there, we move to, okay, now that we have validated our research question, it has all the components in it. Now, those components have to be added together in a way that will enable us to search databases that we want to use to search. So in this case now, the topic we are looking at is exploring school leadership support towards teachers' well-being in Maranatha Province Secondary School. So that is the topic. So now we want to find out, the research question is, how does school leadership support teachers' well-being in secondary school? Of course, to make it complete, it should be in Maranatha Province Secondary School. That's to make it complete. Now, by the time you go to a database to go and search, you will have to use what we used previously on Google Scholar. It's called keyword search. But now, what you have on the screen is called string search. String is no longer keyword because some operators and operationality has been introduced. And what is the essence? The essence is to make sure that whatever it is that we are getting as output when we search connects directly with the study without being too broad. Because sometimes when you search, you remember one of the times we searched earlier today, we have about 84,000 outputs. What are we going to do with that? Where do we start from? That means it's too broad. So now, by the time you want to do a search for your study, looking at the keyword that you have in either the title, what is it called? The title or the research question. So now, one thing I want you to also note is this. Please take note of this very well. In South Africa, at secondary school level, teachers are called educators. Okay? Principals are called deputy principal. But where I came from, teachers are called teachers. Deputy principal are called vice principal. Colleagues, are we following?
Yes,
sir.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir. All right. The same thing.
Yes, sir.
The same thing is applicable in your feed. There are certain constructs, there are certain terms, there are certain keywords, there are certain registers that have synonyms. So when you want to search, be aware of those, because it is possible that you use all the keywords that you have in your